Welcome along to the Football Martin channel. My name is Martin Sanders and I'm here with your latest Saints news, and I've got everything from today's press conference. Russell Martin was down at the training ground Staplewood this morning and he had a presser. I looked ahead to the game tomorrow at Wolverhampton Wanderers, and he did chat about Taylor Harwood Bellis getting called up for the England squad, and also Arron Ramsdale with his recall to the England squad. Delighted for Taylor Harwood Bellis. Bit of a shock inclusion for myself, actually. I was surprised when I saw that he had been included in the England squad. I don't think he's been like outstanding this season so far, but I am really pleased for him. Delighted that he's in there. England under-21 captain. Carsley knows him really well already, so it's a no-brainer probably for Carsley to bring him in, because he obviously knows him. He's captain his side. And we've got injury issues, England, at centre back, a little bit short in that area. And Harwood Bellis steps up and trains already with the national side when he's away with the under-21s anyway. So it's ideal all round, really. So really pleased for him. But do get involved in the comments below. We'd love to get your opinions on this one. Taylor Harwood Bellis called up to the England national side. Please do get involved, and I'd love to get your thoughts on it. Thank you all very much for joining me this Friday evening. We're going to be doing these live streams a lot more regularly. I've got some upgraded internet coming as well, so there won't be as buffery. We're cleaner picture, much better all round. So it's going to be more regular. The Saints news is going to be something I'm going to be doing every couple of days, certainly around match day. We're always going to do something live on a pre-match on a Friday night if we're playing on the Saturday. I also do post-match on a Sunday, so we'll do something on a Sunday live. There's a calling show over on TikTok as well, which you can get involved in. You can come and have your say. I might also do that on YouTube as well. There's going to be the final word. That's going to be regularly on a Monday, and there'll be loads more live streams. So going forward, live streams on Southampton, I am going to be a go-to place. The key is now to get better internet to be able to do that, because at the moment it's still buffering a fair bit. Right, get involved. Give me your thoughts on Taylor Harwood Bellis. Got a few of you. Give me your comments. So happy that my favourite player is in the England team. Yeah, no, I'm really pleased as well. Jack, thank you for joining. How you doing, mate? I hope you're well as well, my friend. Hope you're good. Hope you're looking forward to the weekend. Big game for the Saints. Big game for Russell Martin. Gary O'Neill as well. He's under massive pressure at Wolves. And a lot of the press are saying that if he doesn't get the result that he needs tomorrow and beat Southampton at Molineux tomorrow, he could potentially be sacked. So Gary O'Neill fighting for his job at Molineux. The pressure's definitely eased on Russell Martin. There's no doubt about that. That victory last weekend against Everton has eased pressure on Russell Martin, and that's good news. I'm pleased that I want it to work out for him. I do really want it to work out for Russell Martin. I don't want to see English managers losing their jobs, and we've seen another one this week lose their job. Mark Robbins in the Championship at Coventry has lost his job this week, and you never want to see English managers losing their jobs. There's a lot of talk around Gary O'Neill, another English manager, but you want him to do well. Right, let's get into the press conference. Let's have a little recap on what Russell Martin had to say. He was talking about the call-ups, like I said, for Taylor Harwood Bellis, Arron Ramsdale, both in the senior national side. He went on to say about Taylor, he said a lot of the players took time to feel like they belonged in the Premier League. Taylor has grown a lot since the start of the season. He said he's still got a lot of work to do. He said he's an extremely talented young man, brilliant mentality, and he said that he's delighted for him. And he did struggle at the start of the season, Taylor Harwood Bellis, because he wasn't a first choice. Certainly after the first couple of games, he made a few mistakes, didn't he? Jack Stevens come into the side, and it took Jack Stevens to get suspended in the Man United game, then Taylor to come back in after that. And since then, really, he's been very good. Him and Jan Bednarek are playing well together. I think the combination of both of them is a good centre-back partnership, to be fair. Get involved. Give me your thoughts on that as well. Is that your favoured centre-back pairing? I think at the moment, unless he's going to bring Armel Bella-Kotchap in from the cold, which I don't think he is going to do anytime soon. I still think that, those two. We did buy a lot of centre-backs in the summer. Wood come in as well, didn't he? And we've seen nothing of him, not even in the cup competitions. And as we're getting deeper into the cup, I don't see him getting any game time. Nathan would, at this moment in time, maybe go out on loan in January. Will they loan Ronnie Edwards as well? Forget about Ronnie Edwards. He got signed in the summer as well. So we have a lot of centre backs at the football club. And there's also like we say, Armand Bellicott chap who's yeah, who's totally absent, club paying him money, and we don't even see him in match day squad. So yeah, I find that a little bit surprising at times when you're paying someone money, yeah, it's mad. It's football is absolutely nuts. There's no doubt about that. Right, what else was there in the press conference today? So he said he was delighted for Aaron Ramsdale coming back in to play first team football, and he said that yeah, he absolutely deserves his call up. He's speaking about team news. Team news. He said that Ryan Fraser is not quite ready to be back in the squad. He didn't mention Adam Lallana directly, whether that's in the 10:30. They do a 10:30 segment. Whether that's been mentioned. Why didn't anybody ask this question in the early bit? Because that's what you want to hear. Team news. Is Lallana fit? Boom, boom. Give their names because I want to know. You want to know early doors who's fit, but maybe they hold it back for a reason. I don't know. But a lot of these questions in some of these press conferences, I'd love to be in the room having the opportunity to ask some of these questions because it do frustrate me sometimes. I've got to be quite honest. But yeah, looks like Ryan Fraser's out. I thought he was ill. But he said he's building, he said he's not quite ready. He was in training, but he wasn't quite ready. But he said that everybody else was fine other than Ross Stewart and Will Smallbone. So you're guessing that Lana is back and available for selection. He spoke about Wolves a little bit as well. He obviously played with Gary O'Neill, so they know each other quite well. He said about O'Neill, yeah, he said they were friends, they played together. He said not surprised they both end up in management. That's what he went on to say. Both very vocal players when they were playing football. He said about Wolves, he said they want to impose Southampton, they want to impose on the game, create chances, and I'm sure that Gary O'Neill will be preparing his team in the same way. He went on to say that the last two games, positive performance at Man City, we're not quite where we want to be, he said. Uh, and I don't need to tell the players that, but we need to keep improving, which I absolutely agree with. We do need to keep improving. Another shout out when we're talking about internationals a minute ago, I didn't mention Tyler Diblin called up for the under 21s. First time he's been called up for the under 21. Sam Amio in the under 18s, by the way. I didn't touch upon that. Congratulations to all those guys who've got those international call up. Absolutely magnificent for them. Back to tomorrow's game. I think it's an interesting one. We need to look back at some of the fixtures. I've done a full pre-match preview for this with Talking Wolves here on my Football Martin channel. I recorded with him a couple of days ago. There's a whole show that I've done. It's around 30 minutes long. It's well worth watching. He give you a really good insight into everything from a Wolves perspective. He will give you the total lowdown. I asked him key questions, told me the players to look out for in this one as well. But right, let's have a look at their start to the season. Pop up some of their fixtures on the screen for you now. They started at Arsenal. They went to the Emirates back in August, 17th of August, when the season kicked off the Premier League. They got beaten 2-0 there. They went home and probably the standout defeat for them was against Chelsea, where Chelsea absolutely ran riot at Molineux and beat them 6-2. Obviously, had League Cup like everyone else did. They beat Burnley, a bit of a confidence boost for them there. They come back from that fixture and played Nottingham Forest away, drew 1-1, and you say that's a decent result when you look at Nottingham Forest at the moment. They're not in the greatest, they weren't in the greatest of form, but they've built into really good form as the season's gone, have Nottingham Forest. Then they played Wolverhampton, played Newcastle, and it was a narrow defeat, actually, that one. Against Newcastle. I did watch that one. It was on the box, I believe. It was a good game. Newcastle bit in and out of the season, but you still say they're a very good side, aren't they? Newcastle on their day. They've got some really good players. And Wolves did okay against them, to be fair. And yeah, walked away with a narrow 2-1 defeat. Played Brighton in the cup. They lost. And then we go on to the next block of fixtures. Villa, who were in form at the time, beat them 3-1. Aston Villa have been brilliant under Unai Emery up until playing more Champions League, more cup games. Played Wolves, played Liverpool, said Liverpool, narrow defeat for them there at home. Again, it was televised. I watched that one as well. They then got thrashed by Brentford. It was 5-3, but we know what a side Brentford can be on their day. They're not a bad outfit, Brentford, as we know. They then narrowly lost to Man City. A last second winner from John Stones from a header. Really unlucky. They defended really, really well that day. Put a performance in like that against us tomorrow, and it will be really hard to break them down. Good result down at the Amex, 2-2 draw for them there, and then the 2-2 draw last weekend against Crystal Palace. So they've had a few signs of improvement in the last couple of weeks, and yeah, it's a big one tomorrow against Saints. A game that they need to win. They have yet to win a Premier League game. It's only two sides in the division yet to win a Premier League game, and that is Ipswich and Wolves. Ben's joined the show. Thank you for joining, Ben. Congratulations to Tyler Harwood Bellis. Yeah, I was giving him a massive shout out at the start of the show. Really, really pleased for him. Really, really pleased for him. Going on to Wolves. Robert, thank you for joining us this evening on this live. Wolves have had some difficult fixtures. Yeah, when you look at those fixtures, it is a really, really tough opening set of fixtures for them, and their season really does need to start tomorrow against Southampton. Telling you, it's a massive, massive game for them. They have to win this one because Gary O'Neill is on the verge of losing his job, according to reports today. Right, let's have a look at the Premier League table. We need to look at the table, see where everybody is at the moment. We might as well have a look at the top of the table before we look at the bottom of the table. But let's look at the top of the Premier League. Get involved. Get your thoughts. Who are the surprise packages for you? Who's standing out at this moment in time? Jurgen Klopp left Liverpool in the summer, replaced by Arne Slot, who's gone in there, and he's literally picked up where he's picked up and just got it rolling. 25 points from 10 games. Brought absolutely magnificent results for them. Man City, a little bit of a rocky start, beating at Bournemouth last week, 23. Nottingham Forest, what a start to the season for them. Up into third, 19 points on the board. For me, they're the absolute surprise package right now. Bournemouth are up into 10th after their victory last weekend against Man City down at the Vitality Stadium. And as we look at the Premier League table, Wolverhampton Wanderers are propping up our team, Southampton, right now. They've got just 3 points, Saints with a 4, but it is interesting to see that they are letting in so many goals right now. They've let in 27 goals this term. That's the worst out of all 20 Premier League teams. Ipswich, they're still in the bottom 3 with 5 points. Crystal Palace just hanging on in 17th. Their manager, Oliver Glasner, is under some pressure as well, 7 points. But Saints could really do themselves a world of favour and get 3 points tomorrow, because it would be a massive, massive boost. Because if you look at the fixtures around us, Crystal Palace play Fulham, Everton play West Ham as well. And we will grab all of the weekend's fixtures very shortly here on the Football Martin Show this Friday evening. I hope you're enjoying the show as well. Thank you for tuning in. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. It means a lot. And any like, any comment, I will read every single comment. Thank you for getting involved. Loads more live streams coming. I've got new internet coming, so the streams will be so much better quality, and I will upgrade to do 4K through the platform that I use as well. So yeah, streams coming more and more often now, and you're going to have your opportunity to come have your say on my shows as well. Jack saying Nottingham Forest are his surprise package this season. They certainly are mine, Jack, as well. They've been absolutely tremendous, haven't they? They've been brilliant. And we saw that at St Mary's when they come down to St Mary's. I thought they were really good at St Mary's. Talking about really good, I want to talk about a player that's been really good for Southampton this season and probably doesn't get the credit that he deserves. And that is Yuki Sugawara. Russell Martin was asked about Yuki today in his press conference, and he said how outstanding he's been, how he's adjusted so well to England. He said he moved here without his family. He said he's dealt with it. He said his family are now here in England. He said he's always smiling, and he's smiling even more. He said he's going to be such an important player for Southampton. Get involved in the thoughts below. Give me your thoughts on Yuki Sugawara. If you're tuning in live, if you're watching on catch up, love to get your thoughts on Yuki Sugawara. I think he has been a very, very good signing. He had a few moments where I think he suffered after the international break actually, because Russell was saying that he went away, doesn't get any minutes. Then he comes back and he's obviously spent a lot of time traveling, and you're adjusting coming back, and then it's tough on the body. And I think he probably struggled after the last international break, if I'm honest. But I think he is the way that he come on and he played against Everton at the weekend was brilliant. The way that he made the run, the pullback was intelligent. He didn't just chuck it in the box. He looked for the run from Adam Armstrong, picked him out perfectly. And that was a really, really good goal at St Mary's last weekend. Adam Armstrong with his first Premier League goal at the weekend, and Southampton with their first league goal in front of the Northern Wall as well. So delighted for Yuki, delighted for the team and the manager. It was a magnificent win for us, though we did ride our luck a few times. Still think we may have to be a bit better tomorrow to beat Wolverhampton Wanderers up at Molineux, no doubt about that. We're coming to the end of the show, but I really appreciate you all coming on and watching. Saint194 said Yuki's a great signing, very good attacking wise, has made a few lapses in defence as well, but a great signing. Yeah, I totally echo everything you say. Echo everything you say there. He has been very, very good. Russell Martin, very, very impressed with him, pleased with him. Like to see him probably start tomorrow. I want to talk to you about starting 11 for tomorrow. How does Southampton set up tomorrow? What's the dream starting 11? And I'm going to give you mine. You can disagree with me if you want to. I would like to see pretty much a similar team that played last weekend against Everton. Archer up top. I would like to see Manning taken out of the side and Adam Armstrong playing off the left hand side. I think he'd be fine there. Bringing back in Tyler Dibbling to play off the right hand side. I think Lallana won't start. I think that will be Flynn Downs. I think Flynn Downs will come in to Flynn Downs. Joe Aribo will come and play with Flynn Downs. Apologies. I think that will be the midfield too, with Jack Stevens stepping into it. Harwood, Bellis, Jan Bednarek, and I'd like to see Yuki Sugawara and Carl Walker-Peters both in the same team tomorrow. I know you lose a little bit from playing Carl Walker-Peters on that left-hand side, but it's your two best fullbacks in the club, in my opinion. So play your two best players at fullback, because I think that's the way you need to go, in my opinion. And then you've got options off the bench. You've got Big Tall Paul, Camaldine. Does he make the squad tomorrow? He's obviously fit. Does he make a squad tomorrow? A few people getting involved in the comments box below. Let's read out another one of your comments. Saint194. I would like to see Adam Armstrong left, Dibbling right, Archer in the middle. That is exactly my front three for tomorrow. Armstrong cutting in off that left-hand side, getting him a little bit more in field. I still think he influences the game more when he drifts in. He spent too much at the start of the season, too far wide for me. Need to get him in field. And coming off that left side onto his right foot is stronger foot, really. I think that is the way that I would be going in this one. And Mateus Fernandez, I didn't mention Mateus Fernandez. Someone's just mentioned it a minute ago, but you need him in that midfield for me. Mateus Fernandez is amazing. 20 years old, 30 senior matches. Wow, he is good. A great interview with Adam Blackmore on BBC Radio this week. You can download it, I believe, and listen to it back on BBC Sounds app. If you get BBC Sounds, type Southampton in, you'll see everything around BBC Sport and what they do. I do go on a couple of their shows throughout the week as well. A few more people joining the live. I'll read more of your comments out as we're coming to the back end of this Saints live stream. Absolutely critical that we get at least a point tomorrow. It would be so demoralising to be bottom of the league going into the international break. Not to mention the tough up-and-coming fixtures, and you are absolutely spot on, because those fixtures after this international break are horrific. Not only do we have Liverpool, we have Brighton, Spurs, Chelsea, Villa, all sides in the top 7, 8 of the Premier League, all tough sides. So you see it being really, really tough. You've got a bit of team news coming up on your screen at the bottom now as well. Russell Martin's saying that everyone was available other than Ryan Fraser, who will miss the squad tomorrow. He said he's not quite ready, but looks like Lallana should be back and available tomorrow. Smallbone and surprise, Ross Stewart is still injured, but there's no shock to that one. I think I've wrapped up everything from today's presser. Um, yeah, I've covered everything. Everything I wanted to cover, I've covered. And yeah, excited for the trip to Molineux tomorrow. So what's coming up on the channel? What's coming up on the Football Mighty channel in the next few days? So tomorrow we have a predictions video which goes out on TikTok. You can get involved, give us your score predictions. You can get involved and leave them there. We will also have some fan cam pre-match, and that will be on my match day show here on YouTube. There'll be instant reaction here on YouTube straight after the game. I'll do a long format for YouTube, short format for TikTok, and then also be a match day vlog, match day show as I call it. And you'll be able to get all the fan reaction from inside the fan base. And I'll try and clip up as much quality bits from inside the fan base at the weekend. Let's read some more of your comments out before I go. Get involved in the comments box below. Sake194, players like Ben Brereton Diaz, Maxwell Cornet do not look good. Maybe Silamana and Unuachu off the bench. I totally agree. Absolutely agree. Brereton Diaz, I'm not overly enamored by what I've seen so far. Maxwell Cornet, total waste of a signing right now. Try and ship him back to West Ham if they can this January. And if they think he's not good enough, hopefully the club will do that and bring in players that they need. Yeah, I'm not being sure by all the loan signings, to be quite honest with you. Thank you all very much for joining me on this live this Friday evening. I'll be back over the weekend. Make sure you go give me a follow over on TikTok at @footballmartin_daily Southampton updates, and there'll be more and more content coming your way here on YouTube. Richie Jones has just joined us, just left a comment in the comments box below. Buzzing for tomorrow. I'm predicting a 3-0 win. Yeah, that would be absolutely magnificent. Would absolutely love that. I will be actually, I would give it a shout out now. YouTube live this Monday morning, breakfast live, 7:30, reflecting upon everything from the weekend. So if you want to tune in, if you can, while you're having your breakfast, get the kids ready for school, or you're getting ready for school, you can tune in from 7:30 for my breakfast live and do a little breakfast show, which we can do a little bit more regularly as well. We'll bring on the odd guest as well. So talk sports style breakfast show and hopefully get some guests. Right, guys, have a great weekend. I will see you in a live stream over this weekend. It's going to be a busy, busy weekend. Last one before the international break. We're cramming as much content as we possibly can. Have a great weekend. Up the Saints, and I'll see you again very soon.